Morning, everyone. If you would like to talk, you're more than welcome. I will approve your request to speak if you would like. Just request. And then if you hot mic, you get muted. That's the only stipulation. Morning, risk it. I can. It worked. What'd you do? Yeah. Gotcha. No worries. 1 minute till open. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think this is the first time I've heard your voice. Mario, okay. I will try to use that. Apple, big day. Change your what? Sorry. Yeah, that mostly. So like yesterday, I was AMD was a hammer and Apple was a failed two down. That's usually what I'm looking for. So like, if I played calls 2 days ago for Apple, it wouldn't have worked out. But it's mostly failed twos back into strength. Yeah, Apple 175 and AMD 350. Most is off the table right now, and then I'll trim every. Well, with these now that it's over 100%, I'll probably only trim every 100% or so. But yeah, over 50%'s off the table for sure. And I don't go very heavy. Usually the next day I'll DCA if it's like, for example, if my thesis is that a Apple's going to go two up today, it doesn't mean that we're not going to start. It doesn't mean that we're going to start up here, right? It just means that I want it to at some point end there, but it could open all the way down here. So I'll DCA and um, as long as the play is still valid, of course. But it looks pretty good for just letting it ride now. Yeah, even low risk, it's pretty good. Worth it for sure. My average loser is heavier than option my like day trading options, obviously, because you can't control how it opens. But my average winner is also pretty big. I think it's like 70% average winner, 75, and then 40 to 50% average loser. Let me see if anybody else has requested to speak. Anyone? Where did Taylor go? I will just invite most of the ZTF guys. think I got most of everyone. Everyone I know that won't hot mic. Remember, you guys are able to request if you want to. Shall we do a top down here? What are we looking at? Some weekly highs. Ruh-roh. Weekly highs into, I don't know why I just sounded like that, but weekly highs into all-time highs, possibly. All-time highs sitting 100 points away. Is that correct? Are we really at all-time highs? Wait, we're above all-time highs. We're just talking about last month's high. Jeez. Well, to the moon. To the moon. $2.50 on Apple. Looking to catch a long here sometime. Look at yes. right, now we're looking bullish. All right, looking long here. Inside bar on the 5. 212 up on the 15 on NQ. Gonna go ahead and get long 41.75. $10. And filled on that. 17.0. Filled on the 1Rs. A little spooked on that close. Close and break even. Look at ES compared to NQ here. I almost forgot to add something to my chart. I don't know where that added. Here. Oh boy. Okay, looking long again. Get this off my chart. Also get this off my chart. AMD's at 4.15. A little torn here with ES looking like it wants to break lower. I am short at 25. 10 points. Ooh, might be a fake out on ES. It was risky with it being no change of character on the one. This is a risky short, but ES has all the downside. All right, stopped out of those. Hopefully that means we can start going long again. All right, just watching for now. 2 and 2. Oh yeah, you got that with me. I like the downside to take out some of that overnight move, but this just looks so bullish. Can't make up my mind. Chart looks a little wonky. Yeah. ES is the main culprit for me right now. But looking at the 15 on NQ, it definitely looks long, right? Reached into this fair value gap, good enough retrace. It looks like it should just break up higher. ES might want this liquidity right here, but all right, giving a short to go, 20.75. And went all the way to reach 10 or almost 10 points and back in drawdown now. Back to break even here. There's 10 points. Want to see this just dump there. ES grabbed some liquidity there. See what it's going to do now. go next leg. Just getting chopped up. I added a little bit there, but stopped out. All out of the main play. Looking to go long now. Long at 26.75. Gonna go 20 points. Would like to see a trend here. I mean, I know it's before 10 a.m., but minute 15 on this 15-minute candle. All right, closing NQ break even. Just preserving capital right now. There's no trend to catch. New 15er here. Could be a re-entry long if this 1 minute goes 2 up. All right, long 38.75, 20 points. Failed 2-2 on the 15. Alrighty. Well, that answered that for me. Gee whiz. $20 red candle and not in my favor. All right, that's 2. Looking for an outside down on the 5. In short 13. There's 10 points. There's 20 points. Let's go. Next leg. Let's get some legs. Looking outside on ES now. Needs to hold under this. ES failed to break out. Looking for 2 down here on the 1. Now ES is holding us up. Back above 17K. Probably going to look to get out of these now. two up here, I'd get out. All right, all out NQ. Excuse me. Okay. 5 minutes still above that structure low. We're still above yesterday's high. 212 down on 15. 1 minute in a fair value gap. Looking short. ES is not looking like anything. Probably a capital preservation day. What are your parameters on your ATM for the 1 hours? It's just like if it's a 20-point stop at 82 ticked TP, 82 ticked stop loss, just to cover my mental for covering commissions and whatnot. All right, 3 wins, 1 loss, or 2 losses today so far. Choppy waters indeed, Kevin. You guys do market or limit orders market? What's 82 ticks in micro terms? Doesn't It's not special to micros. 82 ticks is 10.5 points. So you just divide it by 4 for NQ. Like I said, not special to micros. What is this price action? See what my fellow analysts are doing. One is bag holding. One is in. One hasn't traded. One is in calls since the open. Just sitting right now. Well, we are not moving yet. I kind of want to just wait until ES breaks out before I start looking at NQ to go long, but ES is 15-2 up. Actually, is, as we speak, starting to break out. Look at that. It looked like it was breaking out and then big red candle. So still being patient here. Just waiting around. Choppy day indeed. Yeah, I absolutely hate these days. These days, if it was warm outside, I'd already be on the golf course. I'd actually make more money spending money on a round of golf than sitting here and staring at this, risking my money in this. Not that it's impossible to make money, because if it were, I wouldn't be here right now, but it's definitely not as easy as a trend day. That's for sure. Well, does anyone want to talk about anything other than trading right now? Because this is boring. I could have done like 5 teaching Tuesdays in a row. Kevin and Easy are going back and forth because Kevin's our resident perma bear and he wants to go long. We are literally at where we opened. Sir? Primarily, yeah. Yeah, so like what was 2 days ago? 2 days ago was Microsoft and Meta puts, I think. So here big failed two here on the daily. And it just needs room to go down. So like if this inside bar were right up here with the failed two, I'm probably not as interested. Or like like here on, let's just say this was a daily candle, not the weekly, but if this candle right here is what I saw, I'm probably not interested because it doesn't have a ton of room to go down. And then Meta, I played short 2 days ago and long today. Um, 2 days ago, I think it was mostly just that it was such a strong bearish candle, and it had about half a candle's width to go to hit my PT, which was 362. And then yesterday was a hammer and a failed two down. That's primarily what I do. Um, I'll also look at EMAs sometimes just to see if it reacted to an EMA or if it's very extended from an EMA. Like a good one to play a lot of the times is Baba. So like yesterday, for example, was a failed two down. I probably would have been tempted to take a Baba call just because we're so extended from or distended from the EMAs that there's so much room to go back because price always gravitates back to the EMAs eventually. So it's more, and overnights are very risky. Really, the most ideal scenario would be that you would wait until the next day for the strat to trigger for the 2-2, right? But also it's not really a strat play because the weekly and monthly candles I don't really take a whole ton of weight into where I would if I were swing trading. But yeah, it's mostly failed twos, outside bars, or hammers or candles that are almost full bodied. So like yesterday was a failed two, huge body down or huge wick down. Let's see any others. Pretty much you could have done that on the whole market. But then like Friday the 5th on Amazon, it's an inside day. Probably am not taking that short, even though it's a shooter candle. That I wouldn't be interested in anything in here. So that's kind of how I run it. And as I'm speaking, we're looking juicy to the upside. Remember when I said it was breaking out? It did not. Oh man, that's craziness. I was recently, but took a little break from it because the platform wasn't working great. I'm probably gonna just connect to Bookmap itself. Um, yeah, I have looked at that for like depth of market where orders are sitting and such, but sometimes when you do too much analysis, you get analysis paralysis, is what I and others call it. So I want to avoid that for sure. Um, but it does sometimes help, especially on days where you're just, okay, I want this resting order to be filled before I even look at going long. If I saw something way up top at the 50s or something, but yeah, I'll eventually get back into Bookmap probably, but we shall see. Well, not only that, but all those orders are sitting at like 17,000, 1725, 1750, 1775, 17100. Like you can pretty much guarantee that every 25 points there's going to be at least a little bit of movement, and then every 50 points there's going to be some resting orders. And that's why, like, if you look at ES, you can get ES Bookmap for free on Thinkorswim if you have an account with them. And like if you look at their book map, well, not their book map, but the depth of market on ES, it's like there's going to be something at 4790 and there's going to be something at 48,000. Like there's probably 4 or 5x the amount of orders sitting at 4,800 right now. And it's just predictable. You know, it's psych levels and whatnot. So that's part of the reason why I haven't really needed to use it a ton in my career, but it is useful just to, you know, reaffirm what you think. I have 332 inches down here. Discord trading, well, charts, and then trading. And then I have two, I think they're 40-inch TV. I did a office remodel before my son was born because I knew I wouldn't have the time after. But I have two 40 inches up here, 40-inch TVs. This TV is mostly for like YouTube or music, and this one's for Top Step TV or any, like when I'm not trading, if I'm looking at watching playing games or something, I'll throw up some YouTube channels over there and whatnot. But you could do everything I do with one screen. Maybe two would be better. Probably gonna start looking next week. I've just honestly just been comfortable. Oh, what do I look for? Yeah, yeah, and more so just digest the news that we've been having. So now that news is gone, until, well, the 31st next week, I can probably enter some and then get risk free before FOMC on the 31st. That's kind of my goal, I think. Oh no, Cowboys fan. That's a rip. Jordan Love did look incredible though. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure if you guys were gonna lose, you got to see Philly lose. I know. Now the 49ers should just have a free Super Bowl appearance. All right, I'm getting long 52.50. There's 10 points already. Looking for 20 points here. All right, closing in queue. Just didn't want 20 points, I guess. Days like these, the 1 hour account is doing all right. Other than a little bit of chop up, I'm still green. There's a 2-1-2. Going long again, 67.25. Gonna go 20 points on this one. Right back to break even. What we got tomorrow? Isn't tomorrow just consumer sentiment? Wonder what options are doing right now. Oh, Darren said TOS change it to GC and YM. Yeah, people were probably abused. They want people to pay for the ES. How many ticks is 20 points? 80 ticks. You just multiply it by 4 if you're doing NQ or ES. Huey. Oh, by the way, guys, if you type in the chat, the stages chat, I don't see it unless you tag me, like intention or not intentionally, but I just don't see it. But Huey said, "Is there anything you can look at to try to spot these days before they happen? Was there anything hitting? No, and that's what's so hard about it. You just have to be able to spot it real time, really." Today's one of those days. I think, yeah, ATM would be, yeah, that 1 hour would be up 3 4 hour. Options are getting theta to death. I assumed as much. I assumed as much. All right, all out NQ. I was gonna take 10 points if I saw it again. I don't think I've even had a 1 hour play today. Like for the channel. You know it's a weird day when there aren't any 1 hour plays. Yeah. You know it's a bad day is really what it is. I mean, look at this. We've had one candle that broke. It took us an hour to break out of our 15-minute opening range. And even after that, hasn't really been great. Yeah, so there's traders that I've traded with and respect who use a 15-minute, they call it an orb, an open and range breakout. The theory is that you take the first 15-minute candle of the day and mark out the high and low, and when we close below it or above it, close above it or below it, then that will mark out the trend. So like if I take out, let's look at yesterday. So as soon as we broke and closed under this 15-minute orb, then it was shorts. And then when you're over there, then you're not looking for shorts. Or if you do, you just know that it's a little more risky. Then we'll go to a different day. Here's Tuesday, 15-minute high, low. So that took us till 10:15, but as soon as we closed over that, I don't know if they do. I think it's with a 5-minute candle. If it closes over or under with a 5, they'll mark it. But you just take that 15-minute first candle or 9:30 to 9:45 candle and mark out the highs and lows, and then that will generally help you keep on trend. Here's a good day, for example. Well, actually, no, it's not. It actually is okay. Here's 9:30. There's the low. We closed under it, and then we were short all day until 12. Here's another day. 9:30 high. Broke over it at 10 o'clock. We ran for the whole day and the next day. Here's the next one. 9:30 high. Broke it. Kept going. So it's just something to watch. It doesn't work every day, obviously for today. But it is something to keep an eye on. And then the 10 o'clock, if you look at, let's go back here. If you look at 10 o'clock, the 10 o'clock candle, a lot of times will be a candle that reverses whatever happened in the first 15 minutes. Here, or 9:45 to 10 o'clock. Here's a 9:45 switch. Here's a 10 o'clock switch. Here's 10 o'clock. Just chop all day on Friday. Gross. Here is, didn't really get it this day. So 2 for 3. That day's chop. Gross. Some days you'll just get to continuation. But you want to be mindful at 10 o'clock of any reversal signals. For example, nope, this one's just green. Here's a red inside bar. Looked like it went 2 down, 10 o'clock switched. So like I said, not an everyday thing, but something to keep an eye on. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, exactly. So they're mostly looking at if we're above it, it's a trendy day, and if we're inside it, then some people go as far as say no, it's like a no trade zone if you haven't broken either side, which might be a good idea. Invest asked if I trade with RSI. I do not. This looks short to the bone. I'm risking it. 64.75 short, 10 points. Up 14 points now. Looking for 20. There's 20. $43 seconds on this 15-minute candle. I have a 1 hour short at 44.50 for a sell stop. I'm actually taking one right now, 51.50 for 10 points. Filled there. Added another one, 41.75. So I have 2 on right now. What is going on here? All right, I'm all out on this. My rhythmic is messing up. I got filled on both of those. But then I just tried to go short and it was saying I was up 6 points already. So all flat on the extras. 3 TPs hit. But my rhythmic is acting up, so I'm trying to relog in. All right. Back to normal production, I think. Yep. $53 seconds on this 5-minute candle. New 5er coming. Sell stops at 27.25 for 10 points. I didn't mute you. Invest. You just have to request to come up. Oh, you did. Should be there now. Why did they not just... I thought I invited you to speak. Maybe refresh your Discord. That's the only thing I could think of. Alrighty, where are we? Should be invited now. Invest. I walked away. Sell stops at 27. I don't know what happened. If I had those, I don't have them anymore. Might have gotten lost in the craziness of my rhythmic, like my date, like my funded accounts data was. I know it's still simulated technically with Apex, but it was off by like 6 points. And I was in profit and I closed and was like break even, but it was weird. What's that? I can. Uh-huh. 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 Yep. That's the trailing got you, it sounds like. Did it liquidate you? Let me see. Because I do the 50s. Yeah. Top Step's different with that. You can call Top Step. But let me see. I guess I can go to their homepage. So with a 150, your trailing is 5. So from your peak of what you hit on the account, your trailing threshold, including your unrealized gains, which is the controversial, how do I say it? Not beneficial to the trader part of Apex is the trailing threshold. So if you were up like let's say you were up 2K on a trade, and then it goes back to break even though you closed for no loss and no gain, you're still it's still $2,000 towards your daily loss or your max loss, your threshold. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Are you? Did your position get closed externally? Do you want to send me a screenshot? I'm not sure. Like, I obviously I can just tell you what I know from their rules. Everything else is unfortunately going to be through their support. Their support's generally pretty fast within a day or so. Send me a screenshot of your NQ chart with like all the fills and whatnot, and then send me a screenshot of what it says that auto liquidation and whatnot, and I'll take a look and see if I can see why you might have gotten liquidated. But it's possible that. Do you have like on Rhythmic? Did you set up a personal like auto liquidation? Yeah, I didn't update that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, send me the picture of your NQ chart or ES, whatever you trade, and then your Rhythmic, and I'll see if I can dissect it. But ultimately, it's, I mean, even if I say that it shouldn't be liquidated, it's going to be up to Apex to rectify it if that's what it is. Okay. Your Rhythmic looks like? It doesn't look like they liquidated you. It says external or whatever. Yeah, the glitches. Yeah. I'm long 68.25. Sorry, I'm long 68.25. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. 15-minute failed to two up. This long looks good. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with mine, but I bought the Apex version of Replicanto. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I've never had any. Maybe. Tight leash on this right now. We're in a fair value gap. Yeah, control. You have to hold control. I just learned how to do that. If you hold control, then left click on the mouse, you can move it around. Moving stops up to break even. Up 5 points, half hour. Yeah, it didn't look blown to me. And if you hadn't hit your level, then I would say it's not. Okay. Sounds good, dude. Well, I'm probably gonna play this play, then head out for the day. One of our account's doing pretty well, so yeah, I'll send a screenshot of what an example looks like. All right, just got filled on the 1R. Barely missed 2R. It's a new high day there on NQ. ES is still disgusting. Thoughts on DWAC? I don't trade DWAC. I'll look at it though. Yeah, definitely no. Isn't DWAC? Yeah, it's an acquisition corp. I don't trade those ever. Look at all these huge wicks just when they acquire a company, then come back down to earth, and yeah, it looks like a pump and dump or buy the hype, sell the news type deal. Going another 10 points, 80. Oops. I am here way past my normal. Did get some 1Rs in though. All right, what was my last one here? NQ long 1010. The 1R count is thriving today, especially with those ads I got on the move down. Chopped up, but still up about 5R. Trims are not up that much. Gee whiz, Wilson. Good stuff, Taylor. All right, where am I? All right, stopped out on the extras and all out NQ. Crystal said trailing loss hit me this morning on one account because TradeVate was lagging. Yeah, I had some issues too. All right, let me get caught up on this before I go. Responding to invest. Maybe you're going too many cons. Possibly. If you give up, you'll never. If you give up, you'll never know how close you were to making it. I agree. Trading, especially with prop firms, you can. It's a very, very low entry fee. Like if you lost like 100 grand, I get it. Like walk away before you ruin your life. Um, but with prop firms, like give yourself a budget for evals. Don't go over or under it, or well, you can go under it, but don't go over it, and that'll help keep your mental in place. And if you haven't passed an eval or paper traded and passed that, then you shouldn't. Then you should go back to the drawing board. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to quit. I'm not here to, trading can ruin people's lives if you're emotional about it. And so I don't want to sit here and be like, you need to stick to it and trade. Like this is what's good for you. I think that's irresponsible of me to do. But I do know that it took me a long time to learn. And now that I do know what I'm doing, it's very liberating. For example, I am long 85.75 on NQ. And I am way past my time. But this looks like an outside bar. So anyway, what I'm getting at is, if you are emotional when you trade and it's ruining the rest of your day, like, for sure take a little bit of a break. Only look at the charts, don't trade. But this is the only career where it's truly uncapped. So and if you get the hang of it, you can be done by 11 o'clock. Or even if you don't get the hang of it. All right, I'm closing break even. All done for today. How long have you been trading full time? Since 2022 January. This is my second year third. All of 2022, all of 2023. So this is my I've done 2 years of full time trading. Before that, I spent tons of time on the charts. Probably a year of looking at the charts and not being profitable. And then I kind of dove in head first after my first payout. I got a payout in last year, left the fire department, which I still wish I would have stayed, but left that, and here I am. Looks like it wants to finally go. Gonna give it one more shot. 96.50. All right, now we're hitting a psych level, and ES is looking to break out. Kind of skeptic about it. All right, close and break even. I'm done. Way past my window. I think it's ES has some room to go, and I think that's going to hold NQ back. It could go in profits, could even hit 1R, but I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for now. Alrighty. That is it. Good day today to be a 1R trader. Let's see. Had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins, 2 losses on 1R, including the actual trades. Actual trades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins and 2 losses and 2 wins that went over 2R. So not shabby there. But that is it. I will see you all here probably Monday, possibly tomorrow. We'll see. Depends how the evening goes and how I'm feeling with the price action. If today the price action looks disgusting, I'm not coming tomorrow. Usually I don't trade Fridays anyway for those who are new. But before you go, yeah. I got you. You mean the ATM. That's what a 10-point 1R will look like, and then you just double it for 20 points. That's really it. Alrighty, I'll see you all here definitely Monday, possibly tomorrow. I'll let you guys know in the announcements. But everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you're gonna keep trading, use stop losses. Don't blow your account in one trade. That's silly. And I'll see you all here another day.